So when you called, yeah, I knew the name, and I had glanced over it, but I'm waiting for the ME to call me and say, hey, we're all done, death certificate signed, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
So I was a little surprised when you sent the phone. You had concerns about the hospital.
When I talked to the medical examiner last,
Uh-huh.
I talked to him numerous times. The first couple times, they said there was a few issues as far as health-wise. She had like 5 things.
Mm-hmm.
Then they said they were waiting on toxicology.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said they sent out second samples or tissues, something, and then they stopped saying anything. And they said I had to contact you guys.
And that's when I got the boss.
Okay.
9 months earlier, police arrived at Lynn Hernan's home expecting to investigate what looked like a tragic overdose. But something about the scene didn't make sense, and months later, that question would lead detectives back to the woman who first called them for help. When officers arrived, the scene appeared to tell a straightforward story. Lynn was dead in her chair. Pills had been scattered across her chest, and the woman who called 911 was waiting nearby, visibly distraught.
And I'm going, I just want to know, because they kind of weren't sure. We didn't know if it was a suicide or if it was something medical. She was in the hospital shortly before. She's been sick for years. We really weren't sure, if this is something, because the doctors could never figure out what was going on. Mm-hmm. So it was frustrating, and she had literally probably 10 boxes of medical documents.
Okay.
And, we just didn't know. And, I know what state she was in and where she was at, but I didn't. It's kind of frustrating because I was there all the time taking care of her. I'm the one who took her to the doctor. I'm the one who did everything. So the not knowing, and I wasn't there with her.
There is a medical
so
issue.
It bothers me because I go, could I have been there?
Worth.
Could I have helped? Could I have done something? That's my hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
I've never found anybody before, and it's not something I ever want to do again.
At this point, there was no obvious reason for police to think the scene had been staged. Jessy's story was simple. Lynn had been struggling, and she believed her friend had taken her own life. When the toxicology results came back, the apparent overdose became much harder to explain. The pills found at the scene didn't account for Lynn's death. Instead, investigators found a dangerous amount of tetrahydrozoline, the active ingredient found in some eye drops. Months after Lynn's death, detectives sat down with Jessy again. By now, they weren't simply trying to understand what happened. They were testing her story against what the evidence had already told them.
The medical examiner, they're very thorough.
Yeah.
I barely graduated high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're super smart. When they talk to me sometimes, I'm like, hey, you got to figure it out.
Well, that's when they were talking to me. I'm going, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, I don't understand, So
at this point, they're waiting for their secondary, they call them confirming tests.
Yeah.
But there doesn't appear, there's no trauma to the body, nothing like that. She had medical issues, which I think is pretty well documented with her medical record.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, that's what I want to know, if it's in her head. If this has been 5 years worth in her head.
It's frustrating because the doctors could never find anything,
Uh-huh.
And they found little things, but not.
She just kept doing
wasn't
repeat
eating
checks.
for
Years.
3 months. She'd have a bowl of soup once a week.
Yeah.
And she had such stomach issues, and she was just frustrated. And finally, the last time we went in, which was 4 days before she passed, that she got out. She was in for 2 weeks. And
where'd she go? Waukesha?
Pro Healthcare, Waukesha.
Waukesha Memorial here, right just up the road? Big hospital right up the road.
Was she in the clinic or the hospital?
No, she was admitted to the ER, and then they. But it was Pro Healthcare. It was right here, I think.
Oh, I thought it was Waukesha she was in.
This is Waukesha.
Yeah, Pro Healthcare is WMH.
Yeah, I know actually it was close to here because there was the same exit. So.
And you said in the lobby that you and Miss Hernan were friends?
Yeah, she's my best friend.
How long have you known her?
Over 30 years.
High school together or something?
No.
We lived in
apartments.
Okay.
So she was like an aunt, a second mom to me. She didn't have kids.
So you've known her your whole life?
Yeah.
And that's why you were helping her out?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Well, we're power of attorney and everything.
She switched her medical the last 6 months. My mom was in charge of everything. And she switched it because with her working and her hours, it was hard for her to get a hold of her. Mm-hmm. So my hours were different, and I could help her. So she basically, towards the end, I was taking her to doctor appointments, picking up her prescriptions, doing everything. And she was supposed to get in-home health care from the hospital. That was the only way they were going to release her because they wanted her to go to inpatient, and she refused.
Okay.
She didn't want it.
Was that coming then, home health care? Because the report says you were the caregiver.
Yeah. No, home health care, they called, they were supposed to come that Tuesday or Monday, and I don't remember if it was Tuesday or Monday, but they were supposed to come. She pushed them back to Friday, and they actually called because they kept calling, and I finally answered the phone and said she's no longer, because they were trying to come out. That was her condition upon her release, was they wanted to make sure somebody was there with her. I was there with her, but she had to have in-home health care.
When you say you were given care, and there was different levels of care.
I wasn't an RN by any.
That's what I was going to ask. You don't have training.
She used to be.
You weren't given injections.
No. I basically would help her to the bathroom, do any errands she needed, make any if she needed. I mean, she never needed
her up when she needed to be cleaned up.
She right before the hospital, she had a few accidents, on the way to the bathroom, stuff like that. So I helped her around the house, but I didn't. She used to be an RN, and she was to the point where, because she knew Lynn did not want to go, she was debating and quitting her job to actually physically take care of her.
How long were you taking care of her?
It was just shortly, I would say. A little bit before she went into the hospital. I mean, I was out there pretty much every other day, but I wasn't staying.
That was doing her shopping.
Yeah. I would say a few months, but then towards the end, I was back and forth twice a day.
Okay, so for the last, I'd
say 6 months.
Last 6 months?
Yeah.
You're out there every couple of days?
Yeah.
And then the last few weeks, you're out there
pretty much
often?
Daily. Yeah. Once, twice a day.
And you're helping her? Are you administering the medication at all?
No.
She's taking care of her own pills?
Yeah.
But you're picking them up from the pharmacy? Which pharmacy were you going to?
Walgreens. It's right off of her main road. I'm not a Waukesha person, but it's the closest Walgreens to her.
In Pewaukee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they knew me very well. They knew her very well as well, but.
And did she have like express pay set up, or did you pay cash?
No, we used her card.
Used her card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was she paying you to do this, or just a friend?
Yeah. No, well, I mean.
I have a friend and friend, but
yeah.
again, my father got real sick last year, passed away. And so I know where this stuff goes, and I was going there all the time. He knows, and it's real hard. And and one of my coworkers said, "Well, you should be paying yourself to take care of your parents." I'm like, "Well, I can't take the kids."
No,
money.
She always, would offer here and there, and but it's hard too because when somebody she had no family, she had nobody.
I get you.
It was us, so. It's just, it's hard.
So when you bought groceries and stuff, you were just using her credit card?
I mean, sometimes, obviously, that was coming from my house.
Where was she on disability then? Or
she was on Social Security or disability, one of them. Medicare, I got the form at the end of the year, but I don't know if it was Social Security or disability. It was one of them.
Okay.
I think it might have just been Social Security.
Okay.
But she's been on that for 5 years.
It's based on what I've read in our files, been our contacts with her over the years. She was like a hairdresser in a salon or something.
Yep.
She made a lot of money doing that, or? She didn't really have any family.
No.
Based on what I can tell.
She has one distant cousin.
She had, her parents passed away about
Her dad passed away a couple of years, and then her mom passed away, and she passed away, I think it was like a year, 2 years later. Was it 2? I don't know.
I think about 2 years later.
Because I helped her move sell her mom's house. And
yeah, she doesn't have any family.
So.
I mean, well, she did, her aunt, but she passed away too a year ago. They were all from Madison. That's where she was originally from, so.
Yeah, because we couldn't really find anyone local.
I guess the medical examiner said there was a cousin or somebody called.
It's great aunts, so it's
okay.
Distant second
cousin.
So.
I didn't know of them, so.
Okay. And you had power of attorney medically?
Yeah.
Did you have financial power of attorney?
No.
No.
No, yes, if need be, I think so. Or you did. I don't remember. I know I still have all the forms at home, so.
Okay. And what happened to her apartment and stuff?
We did an estate sale. Me and Anthony, the other family friend, just like us, His
The
mom
condo
was
is
her
left
good
to
friend.
two of these two. The two younger ones.
But we emptied out.
Was Anthony your brother or cousin? Or?
No,
Another
it's
family friend.
just like her. It was somebody she went to hair school with.
She's
Her
got
good
another
friend.
good friend, Kareen, who I
And
know
their son.
is their son.
Yeah.
So these two are,
So we
she's got the house up
Yeah.
here and it's sold, so now.
Do you know
there's-
Kareen's last name? Do you have a number for her?
Yeah. I can't think of her last name offhand.
While you're looking for it, we just get some basic information because we kind of jumped the gun here.
Yeah.
It's Jessy,
Correct.
middle initial,
R
and your last name.
KURCZEWSKI.
Thank you for spelling it for me without me asking.
No problem.
Your date of birth,
2/18/84.
address.
10562 West Cortez Circle, apartment 26, Franklin, Wisconsin 53132.
Hold on.
sorry.
I'm crazy dog as fast as I can. What's the zip?
53132.
53132.
Correct.
And your phone.
414
Uh-huh.
514 1039.
And you work somewhere?
Yes.
What's that?
Well, actually, no. Sorry, I'm not there anymore. Smiles for Miles is my last position.
But you're unemployed now.
Yes.
Okay. And Kareen?
I can't think of her last name offhand. Oops, I'm calling her. It's 414
Uh-huh.
916 1010.
Sure.
I can't think of her last
No,
name.
I can't.
But she did friends like you a long time. Do you meet in the
Yes.
apartments or
No.
No, she went
just
to.
knows
she just knows her?
She went. No, stop. She went to beauty school with her,
Okay.
and then her son is Anthony.
And why would she give the stuff to Anthony? Just because she needed somewhere to put her stuff, or?
She was going to leave everything to me, but she figured that, okay, if I died first,
Uh-huh.
then who's going to get it? So she left it to the two younger ones that she knows.
Okay. Do you know him at all or no?
We know each other, but not well.
His name was Anthony, you said?
Yes.
Do you have a number for him?
We know each other more so
I know Kareen and I know
From-
Anthony, too.
Okay.
from all this. I mean, we've all kind of intertwined. His is.
Let me ask you this, when we were looking again, how are you doing? Because you seemed a little upset on the phone.
It's just frustrating the not knowing. That's what bothers me the most. Because I feel like, had I have been there, could I have done something? That's what I really, and it's just, Kareen calls me every week or so checking in. I spent 3-4 months cleaning up her condo, getting rid of things, and that was hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating because I feel like she was so close to us, and I feel like, if she would have just reached out maybe a little bit more, or...
No, she did. You just didn't know what was wrong with her.
I mean,
I didn't know if it's in her
feel free to
head.
chime in here, but you're taking her to the doctor. She was in the hospital 2 weeks prior to her passing. I mean, it's not like
You're talking, this is calls like throughout the night. During the day, it's all the time.
Yeah.
And this has been going on for
She,
years.
before the
Probably
hospital,
like
she
5 years.
fell 3 times, and me and her neighbor tried to pick her up, which she was very heavy.
She's very tall.
She gained a lot of weight with her stomach issues, and, I mean, we literally were fighting with her on the floor trying to get her up.
She's very
And her
stubborn.
neighbor's probably 10 years older than her.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, her neighbor was just shocked because she was so sick, and she sat there for probably 2-3 weeks before we got her to go into the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just frustrating because it's like, you need help. And she was frustrated because she kept going in. I mean, ambulance.
She'd go in, but then she'd turn around and leave.
Well, that's,
Does she have some psychological things going on?
Yeah.
I've never met her, so I
I
don't know.
looked into her records, which I don't know if you have access to, but
the hospital
yeah,
has a lot of notes on her. She would go in and they would release her right away.
I don't think they know what to do.
I don't know exactly what they would say, and half of what she said you couldn't believe, because she'd tell the doctor, I'm fine, I'm eating. And I'd call them outside and say, no, she's not. I mean, so it's hard, but she said that they all thought she was psychotic, and all these things listed on her medical records, that she saw a psychiatrist, she didn't, so I don't know if it was what she was saying or what they really thought, I don't know. That's what was frustrating, is because she would tell you one thing, but it'd be different. So,
It'd be different when you talk to the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony's is 414
Mm-hmm.
916 1026.
And you know his last name either.
I do know both of them. They're the same. You know what? I can find out what. Give me 1 second.
Well, why are you looking? Why you said stomach issues? Is she have diarrhea or is she throwing up?
Both. But she saw a what is the stomach doctor?
She said gastrointestinal.
She saw somebody
Checked
probably
everything out.
3-4 years back, and ever since then they prescribed a ton of medications, changed her diet, and she never was the same after that.
Based on your observations, was she taking her medication properly? Because I mean, they find her.
Yeah.
Obviously, you found her. There was stuff everywhere.
Pills everywhere.
No, the hospital, when she was there and they noticed, they put an actual camera in her room. She had me go to Walgreens and get her prescriptions because they weren't giving her regular meds. So she pulled off all her stuff. I went in one day and I'm like, why is there a camera in here? And they said, well, we're having some problems. She was never good with her medication. She was really big on her Xanax, was her big one. She never took it. She always was taking more of it than what she needed.
The doctors wanted to cancel her on.
Yeah, when she was in, they took her off of it.
These items that she would have already purchased when the doctor was giving them to her, so she'd stockpile on stuff.
Did she have doctor shop? They call doctor shop. We have multiple doctors prescribing the same stuff.
I don't know.
No, she didn't.
Should do that.
Because as a matter of fact, the doctor she had
Took her
took her off stuff and then said, I want you to see another doctor because I cannot prescribe these things for you anymore. So,
because people have used Xanax.
Poza.
Poza.
P-O-Z-Z-A.
That's mom and son.
They're both the same.
Are they local? I assume they're local for.
They live in Big Bend, I think.
Okay. So they're in the metro area.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we could please go to slide 3.
Aaron, this is Jessy and her mother. I'm sorry. Sick?
Towards the end, she really wasn't. I would say probably the last 2 weeks. Not that I know of, was she? Prior to that, yeah.
You're there twice a day and someone's hitting it, you know it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking the trash out.
Yeah. No, she had 3 bottles when she passed away still. So, as far as I know, no.
Okay.
Before that...
Because she was hospitalized for like 2 weeks and then she's out for like 4 days.
4 days, yeah.
And then she passes.
Yeah.
So,
as far as I know, she was just drinking water.
and historically, based on my hospital experiences, they don't let you drink in the
No.
hospital.
no, but she drank in the morning too. She
Yeah.
drank whenever, prior to her being sick the last couple of weeks where she wasn't drinking anything because she couldn't eat. She couldn't get anything down.
And do you know why she's gaining weight if she's not eating?
Exactly.
We couldn't figure it out.
Is it water weight or
She
something?
was...
I
I
don't
know
know.
when she first went in, she was very bloated.
Because I can tell you why I got it.
No.
Well, she's a good eater.
She was
she loved to
very-
cook, but she was not eating.
Sure.
But when she
hasn't been for years.
when she went in the last time, though, they kept feeling her stomach because they said the same thing. And they took x-rays, and they just said she was extremely bloated.
And every time the detectives introduce another piece of evidence, Jessy has to explain something new. The story isn't disappearing. It's changing. And this is where the interrogation takes a very different turn. If you want to see how this story finally falls apart, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're going back into the interrogation.
Okay.
Because they would actually push on, and she was in excruciating pain.
The medical examiner gets access to all the medical records by statute. So, I mean, and again, I don't tell them, doctors, but, they tell me what happened.
Yeah.
And she said, do not tell him I don't want him here. I don't want to see him.
She didn't like the way she looked, so she didn't want people around. Because she always was done up.
Oh, so good, and she looks so hot at the end, based on, you never look so good when you're dead.
No, and the brother is Creighton's brother. I can't think of his name offhand.
When you think of it, send me an email or something.
But the two of them, we had a dinner.
But you're pretty sure Jim's not around just at the end here?
No.
Do you have a phone number for him?
He has.
Or do you know his last
I
name?
threw it out
It's
because I don't want to have any more
It's
contact.
Keller?
Yeah, just
I do have his number.
Kehler.
Kehler.
Because after she passed, he contacted me and said, well, I'm contacting the sheriffs. And I want to know when she was in the hospital and how long. And
He wanted dates and
he-
stuff, and it was like, okay, whatever.
I guess I don't have it in here. I thought I did.
If you find it, send it.
I know I have it. I thought I had it in my phone. But we had a dinner afterward, because she didn't want a funeral. She had strict instructions. So we had a dinner, and all of us know each other, but haven't really seen or talked to each other in years, since she used to live on the lake. And, none of us are really close, because we didn't really
But I
hang
know
out
all
together.
these people.
But they were all at the
She's
dinner.
kind of the hub and
Yeah.
girl spokes of it.
Yeah. None of us really knew each other together,
So did Jim go to the dinner?
He did. Him and his girlfriend went, and yeah.
Corrine and her husband and Corrine's brother, Anthony, came. She was pretty close with Corrine's brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he there at all?
Yeah, he wasn't going to come.
No.
At the end.
He saw her maybe a month before, I think.
So basically, it's just you there. The only person she's seen is you.
Yeah, me and the neighbor.
And the neighbor once in a while, but mostly it's just you.
Yeah.
All right. Let me grab your card. Do you have any questions? I mean,
No.
once we hear from the FE, I'll let you know what's going on. But
Do you know, out of
they
curiosity?
have up to a year. And they almost...
I mean, it's not like, it doesn't do anything.
By
It's
the
more
time the
so,
case
I
reached
just
trial,
wish I knew.
prosecutors weren't relying on one piece of evidence. They had the financial records, the toxicology findings, the circumstances surrounding the apparent overdose, and Jessy's own changing explanations. What began as an apparent overdose eventually became a murder investigation. And the woman who first called police to report Lynn's death ultimately found herself at the center of that investigation. What is on Lynn's chest suggested one story. The toxicology told investigators another. And inside the interrogation room, Jessy's explanation kept changing as the evidence became harder to explain. In the end, the question was whether the story behind it could survive the evidence.
There are 3 signed and 3 unsigned verdicts. I will read as to each count. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jessy R. Kurczewski, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. Signed by the foreperson, juror number 24, and dated today's date, the 14th of November, 2023. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jessy R. Kurczewski, guilty of theft of movable property as charged in count 2 of the information. Signed and dated by the foreperson, juror number 24, this 14th day of November, 2023. As to the special verdict questions, if you